Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another video of a vintage pachinko machine that I've just finished restoring. If you enjoy watching these videos, then I would absolutely love it if you would click on the subscribe button down below the video, and that way you can get notifications of anything that I do in the future. I usually do videos about the machines I restore, but I also have made a series of how-to videos and would certainly make any kind of video that you'd be interested in seeing. If you have a specific question, I'd be more than happy to make a video of it. Also recently just got Magic Pachinko Restorations, put a .com on the end of that, and I've got a website, so please stop by and take a look at that. This particular video features a Nishijin Model A. I believe this to be a 73. The original inspection sticker on it was in pretty rough shape, and I couldn't get a date off of it. This is, again, a Nishijin Model A recycler, so it has been completely restored. I'm one of a handful of people who do complete restorations on these machines. Complete restoration meaning that the artwork has been changed. Typically, these machines, this is the original artwork for this machine, and typically these suffer a tremendous amount of water damage. The colors are very faded. They're nowhere near the original. So this is not a copy of the original. It was one of the spare backgrounds that I had, but it's a very similar design. This was flowers, and that's what that is. So I thought it was a good background for this particular machine. Usually I will transfer this inspection sticker onto the new playfield, although this one's in pretty rough shape, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. But everything comes off, everything gets torn apart. I'm the kind of person that loves to take something that's old and dirty and bad looking and just make it look new again. So I'm very detail oriented. Literally everything that you see on this machine, front and back, gets dealt with in some shape or form. The wood, the plastic, the metal, the brass, everything gets dealt with. It's absolutely imperative that pachinko machines are clean. When they're clean, they will work. If they're not clean, they just aren't going to work like they're supposed to. So that's what this looks like from the front. This particular one came with glass, and it still has the original glass in it. I like the glass. It's a thicker, harder surface for the balls to react with rather than today's plexiglass, which unfortunately is a little bit thin and pretty floppy. So you get a little different play when you actually have glass in these things. So that's what she looks like on the inside. Again, all the wood has been sanded and polyurethaned and taken care of. All the rust has been taken off the metal, all the chrome's polished, all the brass gets, all these nails get pulled out and tumbled so they're nice and shiny again. The ashtrays get all cleaned and repainted. This wood of this frame, I take the frames all apart, sand these, plane these down so they're smooth again. The Japanese, when they manufactured these, rough cut them really bad. They were and over 40 years they just accumulated a lot of grime to the point where you couldn't appreciate the fact that this is really very pretty wood. This is red mahogany. Same with the backboard, that all gets sanded down and polyurethaned. This one took I don't know what it was, but there's a black streak here and a black streak that ran all the way down, and it's stained the backboard. It rusted the metal of the clips that hold the rails on. That's all been taken care of, but I'm not sure what that was. I don't know if that was just water or what it was. So this is, again, a Model A recycler. With all of my restorations, I put a new 12-volt power supply on them and replaced the bulbs so that they will run off of 12 volts. And originally in the parlors, they would have been a 10-volt system. So I will plug this in, and up in this corner, a light comes on. It shines out through the trim piece out here on the front. This is now telling you that there are no balls, or you're in a situation where you don't have enough balls in the machine to play. And it's determined by this little leaf switch here. There's no weight on this piece, so it drops, it makes the contact with the switch and turns the light on that says put more pachinko balls in. When we do put pachinko balls in, the weight of the balls will push down on this, lift the up off the switch, and the light would go off. Okay. The other switch is located here right next to the seesaw. When you do get a win and the seesaw tips, it brings this across and it makes contact again with another leaf switch and lights up the light in the center attraction, signifying that you did get a win. So the way that these work, nice thing about these is you don't need as many pachinko balls for a recycler as you do for a Model A or a Model B. So the ways that these work is you start out with pachinko balls in the upper hopper. They will exit the upper hopper until a condition in the center hopper is met. And then what you want to do, you notice now the balls are not exiting and going into the center hopper because that condition has been met in the center hopper. I'll tell you about that in a second. So by adding more balls here, we've made that weight shift. The switch is no longer made and the light is out. So right now the machine has enough balls in it to be playable. I do like to throw another handful of balls into the recycle tray just because it's what I like to do. The other thing that you want to make sure of just before you get ready to play, this is called the seesaw here, this little mechanism that tips back and forth. And you want to make sure it's back so that the light's not on. What will happen is any winning ball comes into this plastic piece. It rolls down this ramp. It goes into the end of the seesaw. The seesaw tips. When it tips, it drops down through this chute. It will push this out of the way like this. It will allow the jackpot arm, once this is out of the way, it will allow the jackpot arm to come down. And when the jackpot arm comes down to the bottom, it will tip and allow the 14 balls that are stored in the jackpot chamber to drop into this white plastic piece here, bang off the bell, and go out the front of the machine. So you can see the balls here, you can see them in the front of the machine, and then the winning ball continues out and drops into the lower tray. All the losing balls come into this area and go right back into the recycling tray. So the balls never leave the machine. The only time they would leave the machine is if you were going to actually empty the machine out. And over here you've got a shut and an open. If I were to push down and put this in the open position, it opens up a stop in here and it lets all the balls go out and they exit right over here. Now this piece I've never seen before. Not the piece back here, it's this extra piece that sticks out. I'm assuming this was something that was hooked up at a parlor, maybe into an area where it could catch balls and take them someplace. I have no idea, but the back piece you have to have. It's the thing that takes it around and puts it into here, but I don't know what this is, but it's there. It's authentic, so I left it. All right, so now the machine is ready to play. So you're going to put a handful of balls up here. Now the first time that you go to launch a ball, nothing will happen. It takes one cycle to get a ball inside the machine, and then it'll start to launch balls. So let's launch a bunch and see if we can get some wins. So that's the way the machine works. Depending on where it goes in this center attraction, if it goes in on the left side, it'll open this tulip. If it goes in on the right side, it'll open this tulip. When the tulips are open, it's a much larger target, much easier to win. Again, the winning balls come out here. So during that little flurry, 2, 4, 6, 8, I had 8 wins. The winning balls will come out into the lower tray. If this tray gets too full, you can just let these come down. And then if you leave it freestanding like this, it's just a pretty easy thing to reload them. So that's the Model A. This particular one is for sale. It's not a customer's machine. It's one that I purchased and restored. If you have any questions, please contact me, and maybe this will end up in your home someday. Thanks for watching.